The ruling class has long deployed propaganda meant to obscure the rule of capital and normalize capitalist relations as the general interest of society. But lately, the liberal Western intelligentsia has elevated that deployment to a science. The concept of humanitarian intervention and its logical derivative, the responsibility to protect, have proven to be one of the most innovative ideological weapons ever produced. By combining normalized assumptions of white Western civilizational superiority and the liberal anti-authoritarianism encoded in the DNA of the liberal project, imperialism has been able to win broad support for everything from direct military interventions and drone warfare to punitive sanctions against whole societies. These actions are framed as defending human rights and even democracy. The Black Alliance for Peace has consistently, from its inception, attempted to confront this ideological weapon. We named it for what it is, the 21st century version of the white man's burden. We have sought to shed light on the white supremacist nature of the white man's burden's murderous consequences in places such as Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, Africa as a whole, and in Latin America, where NATO has expanded. We have continued our work in solidarity with the peoples of Haiti, who are in a life and death struggle with a U.S.-supported regime and a U.S.-supported President Jovenel Moïse. He ironically got the full support of the Biden-Harris administration and Democrats when he refused to leave office at the end of his term. We say ironically because just a few weeks earlier, Democrats were squealing about the possibility of Trump not leaving office. On the issue of Afghanistan, Black Alliance for Peace has been consistent and clear in demanding an end to that war and full compliance with the peace accord that required the United States to withdraw all forces from that country, including its mercenaries called private contractors, as well as NATO, its ally and white global supremacy. And then we come to China, its new enemy, not because they're demonstrating by just existing as a nation the contrasting limitations and contradictions of the capitalist model to provide basic things like protection against a pandemic. No, China has been deemed the enemy because they are quote-unquote human rights violators with an quote-unquote authoritarian government that just released a report documenting old news. The United States has been the main threat to international peace since the end of the Second World War. Who will save us? It will not be the Western saviors who align with their rulers. It will be us, the colonized and oppressed, the workers and peasants, the newly emerging peoples who recognize the primary contradiction in the world today is between the colonial capitalist world order and collective humanity. This has been a message from the Coordinating Committee of the Black Alliance for Peace. No compromise, no retreat.